So Loretta, we've got Hayley here for today's 100 Club call. Now I just got off the listening to the podcast you did with Jono a little bit earlier, Hayley.
Yep.
So I've heard a bit of your story in regards to where you're based outside of Mackay. So Loretta's also in Queensland as well, but Brisbane.
Oh,
A lot
wow.
of
Yeah.
people in the group are Brisbane, like city located. But yeah, so we're sort of trying to get everyone to have a bit of a chat together and hear a bit of your story. So as I said, I heard a bit of your story, but from what I gather, you started off at boot camp and, started off with the smaller numbers and then sort of very quickly exploded for you.
Yeah. Hi, Loretta. How you going? Yeah, so basically I started off with small numbers. So, in our first few, when we first started off, we weren't actually doing challenges. So we were doing just, rock on down to the park, come and join us. We're running a boot camp and, we'd have five or 10 people come along and they sort of would come now and then, and it wasn't necessarily, any big commitment. It was very casual. So I guess, we started off very, very casual and then sort of built on that by starting to introduce challenges and, I guess then really trying to structure our program rather than make it, very, very loose.
I think, Loretta, we don't have your sound. Every time we start, I don't know whether it starts automatically on mute or... No, we don't have anything at the moment.
I think if you scroll across at the bottom.
I think we start like this. We start like this, I think, every time.
Hi.
Nothing at the moment.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, there we go. We've got you in.
Yeah.
All
yes.
Right.
I don't know. The plug. I unplug, replug, and it works. I don't know.
It's always like the on-off switch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Hayley, so I want to touch on that. So you started casual in the park. How long was it before you decided to move into like a challenge system? Was it?
Look, we probably went along that way for a few months. And it just really, I just thought to myself, the people who are coming along, they're looking for something more than just exercise. Because I noticed that the people that we did have coming along sort of formed their own little community. And I think that's when we decided, hold on, if we package this and we add a bit more value with, different components, so, having challenges within challenges and that type of thing, we could create a bit of a community. And I think that's where we decided to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. It's funny that you say that because I was listening to a podcast only yesterday, which was like, hacks to happiness, right?
Yep.
And one of the big ones that they had was community. And that was one of the big, one of the biggest indicators of like improved happiness was people feeling like they've got a community where they feel like they're connected with other people and feel like they're sort of working together to achieve something. So it's a very interesting thing that I find with all the boot camps that we all speak to. It's all about that community and that group and that tribe and that, like feeling part of something is what a lot of trainers will say. That's why it's, not the one reason why it's been successful sort of thing, but they sort of say that's a big part of the success is this community I've created. Like, I'm just lucky I've got these grouped together. It's not luck, but it's, it's a big part of the success of a lot of businesses, I think.
Yeah. And I think, a lot of people, particularly women, and that's who I work with, come along and they say they want to lose weight and they say, I want to eat healthier and I want to get fitter. And these are all the reasons. But when it actually really comes down to it, that they're enjoying themselves there and they have something to do, they get a bit of community out of it and they feel like they belong as part of something. That is actually more important than the weight loss and the eating right and the fitness. That's the thing that keeps them coming back.
Well, we talk about like the 3 keys of retention being how much, how much the clients like the trainer, how much they like each other, and then how much fun they're having in the sessions. Like we don't even put results anywhere near that. Like results are like a byproduct. Because
for sure.
if they're having fun, if they're getting along with each other and they like you, Like they'll find all these reasons why they can stay. They'll be like, it's not going to be, oh, I didn't lose weight, so I'm going somewhere else. It'll be like, oh, you know what? Maybe I didn't lose the weight that I was set out to lose, but I feel great. Like I have more energy, or I'm sleeping better, or like, so they'll find these reasons of why, why they want to continue.
Yes, and I think if you can push that part of it, and we do a lot of work around mental health as well,
Nice.
And the benefits of exercise on your mental health, and that we talk about the whole person, and I think that that's one of the keys to success as well, is how are you feeling up here after a session, rather than not just about how your body feels, but how's your mind feeling as well.
Yeah, I think that's having gone to like the States and gone to Canada for some of these big conventions, the whole recovery, holistic approach to health is really where it's driving towards. And I think as trainers, if you're doing that as part of your challenge, or we only spoke about online challenges Monday, right? And that we spoke about the exact same thing, going, okay, well, things like a meditation challenge where you get people to take time out for their day, checking in with that stuff. You can do like a gratitude challenge. I was listening to some of this stuff on podcasts the other day, and something like a gratitude challenge, or there's all these different things it's so much more outside of just the exercise. So it's interesting that you say that, Hayley. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
Now,
I honestly think it's that's the main thing that it's about.
Now, when you went through the challenges, what was the structure of the challenge? What was so you went from running 3 sessions a week, or what was it, 5 sessions a week or something like that, or what was it originally?
I think we were doing 3 sessions a week, just casually, and then when we put our first challenge together, and I think if I can remember correctly, it was called the New Year, New You challenge, or something along those lines, and we decided to go with 3 morning sessions, so 3 9:15 a.m. sessions, and then we went as well with, I think we had 3 5:30 p.m. sessions, and we introduced a Saturday as well, which was like a Super Saturday. And on the Super Saturday, that was like our games team kind of building challenge. Whereas, the Monday morning, the 9:15s, we targeted the mums, and then the 5:30s, for those people who work and couldn't get there during the day.
Okay. So you had almost two different crowds.
So we started with 7 sessions there, and now we're actually, I think our next challenge, which starts in October, we're going to have 19 sessions.
Whoa!
Wow!
Yeah. So, and I have 2 other people who work for me now as well, so I can afford to do that.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It's that's the one thing that we always talk about is. Like when you start, you don't need to start with 20 sessions on there. You start with those 6 sessions, those 7 sessions, build it out, and then look after it afterwards. Now,
we only really sort of went up to increased our sessions as our numbers increased. In that first one, I think we had somewhere between we got somewhere between 20 and 30 people for that one, and so the 7 sessions was fine. We'd sort of have 10 or 15 people in a session maybe, and it was really manageable.
Okay. So when you were talking numbers there, so with Loretta, so she was just saying with 30 people registered, you're getting 10 people per session, so it is more manageable. But obviously when you get more people registered, it becomes a bit harder. Are you in a venue, or are you out? What's your...
I'm really lucky. I pay rent to our local AFL club. So I have a huge oval, a big AFL oval to work with. I have an outdoor little undercover area, and I also have, it's not a huge hall, but we have a hall if it rains or anything like that. We also run our 5:30 a.m. sessions because it's quite cold at the moment. We run those inside as well. So
Excellent. Now, just a quick question there. From when you transitioned from the casual through to the challenge, did you continue to offer like the casual stuff, or did you just go like, no, this is what it is now, guys? What was the...
at first, so not at first, because we just wanted to focus and really hone in on challenges. So we, for the first, I don't know, for the first 2 years. I think up until this year, we've only really started adding in casuals. But we focus purely on challenges because we really wanted to get our niche down pat, and we wanted to make sure that everyone was getting a really good experience before we introduced anything else.
Yeah.
You know, so now down the road, we don't push it. We always push our challenges first. But if people want to buy, for example, a pack, they can buy a 10-pack or a 20-session pack, and they're welcome just to come along and do sessions. But we try not to push that. We really always go with the challenge. That's, if worst case scenario, we'd rather people come than not.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny, again, that's what we're hearing from a lot of people is they sort of, as they get bigger, they start offering like these extra options. So rather than having all these extra options to start with, it's sort of the opposite way. They're sort of going, okay, well, now that we've got this base of people that I know my income's set, then we can, and I've got, X amount of sessions running, we can start opening the doors back up for people who want to try and come through casually.
Yes.
But like, you really need to make sure that bread and butter is that direct, like that direct debit weekly setup, or,
Yes. And most of our income does come from the challenge. So that's our core product, is that challenge. And then, I often find that the people, who want to buy a 10 or 20 session pass, once they then come along, we then convert them to the challenge anyway. So they start off saying, I only want to do 10 sessions. But then when they realize they have all these sessions to choose from, they go, oh, hold on, it's worth it just to pay the extra, whatever amount it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Do they get access to so are you also, because I know you're doing online training stuff now as well.
Yeah.
Are you, when you do the challenges, are you doing like the online challenge stuff, like walking challenges and that sort of stuff, or what's the?
Yeah, so we will do, for example, we do the recipe challenge, we do a plank challenge, we do a squat challenge, we do a neat, so a step challenge. Each week we do something so that the challenges have something to compete for. And I'm really lucky here. I have a lot of people who, businesses who help support us. And so each week I give out a little prize for that. So,
oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
It's only small. It's only something small, but someone gets something. Yeah.
It's something that you can easily do, so for Loretta, for example, you might have a friend, or you might have like hairdresser friends, or like if you're, depends on your niche market, obviously, right? So, if you're targeting women, something like a hairdresser that or someone who runs like a masseuse clinic, or someone who runs it, there are options out there where you can try to partner with some of these people that tie into what your niche could be.
Absolutely.
Now, go, Loretta, you had a question?
No, I was just going to say, Hayley, you're running 19 sessions per week. What does your challenge actually include? And how long is it? What is it? How many sessions they have access to? How does it work?
Okay, so our full challenge pass, it's a 10-week challenge because our niche is obviously mums. Even though we get people who aren't mums come along and who work or whatever, but the core group, they are mums. So we base it around school terms. So so it's 10-week challenges. And so they get, for their full price, they get those unlimited sessions. I give them a welcome pack as well. So it's actually folders that we've had made up, and I've got one over there that I could run and show you. But so they're little just ring binder folders with our logo on the front. And in that, they get all their challenge information. So they'll get an overview about Believe in Health and Fitness. They get some information on me, my story. They get what are the types of sessions we offer. So all of that comes in their welcome pack when they first sign up, and they get that. They come along to a welcome afternoon tea or whatever you might want to call it, where I just do some fruit platters, and then I get up and give them a bit of a spiel about me and then about the challenge. I also get a lady who is like I guess you'd call her a life coach, to come along, and she does a little talk with them about self-care and that type of thing. So that's that welcome. Then after that, they get their unlimited sessions. They get a Facebook private group And in that we do like obviously the mini challenges. I put up a quote every day, so our quote of the day, and then I have what's available for the day. You know, it's a spot for them to talk with each other as well and have a bit of banter back and forth with me. What else do they get? I also give them, and these are all, I've got them all typed up, so it's really easy for me. I give them 3 home workouts a week if they want to do them. They're not compulsory or anything. It's just if they miss a session, you know, they go away or something like that, you know, during the challenge, they've got the home workouts to do. They get the recipe book, which thank you Fitness Education Online for the recipe book. What else do they get with it? I offer challenge shirts, but that's additional. But they all buy them. And that's awesome advertising for you as well. You know, you've got people walking around with your challenge shirts on. We do an end of challenge breakup prize dinner, and I always live stream that to Facebook as well. I think that's pretty much it. But yeah, that's pretty much what they get. So yeah.
And so is it just one payment structure then for the challenge, or do you do like different?
Yes. So that main one, so I charge $340 for that. And then if we also offer in-body scans. So I have bought an in-body scan machine, and that's only recent that I've bought that, but that's additional. So they have to pay extra if they want that. And if they want to be in the running for any prizes, challenge prizes, they have to have done the scan. But yeah, so the basic structure is that they can either pay it up front or they can go via direct debit, so a weekly direct debit, but they're locked in for that 10 weeks. And
like
then
whatever sessions they want.
So yeah, whatever sessions they want, they just pay. And I get them to also pay a deposit. This is one of the biggest things I learned when they were signing up. You know, people would say, yeah, I want to join. And then so you'd add them to the Facebook group, and then you'd never hear from them again. So they have to, when they sign up, they pay $100 deposit. It's non-refundable. And then if they want to pay the rest off via direct debit, they can, or I have a cutoff date where they have to have made the payment. Otherwise, they go on to direct debit.
Nice.
Then they have the choice. If they don't want to do the full package, obviously there's the 20 session pass, which is $250, and a 10 session pass, which is $135.
And is that to be used within that challenge period?
Within that challenge, has to be used in 10 weeks. Yeah.
I mean, there you go. So the value add of doing the challenge is because do they get access to the Facebook group and that sort of stuff?
No, they're on their own private message group. So if I need to, you know, change a time or let them know something, I can give them that information, but they don't get all the extra stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Couple of things I wanted to ask quickly there. So based around the first one, working around the school holidays. You go over the holidays? Like, are you?
No, so we go from week 1 of the school term to week 10 of the school term, and then that challenge finishes. We generally have a break, but we offer, if we're in town and we're not on holidays, we'll offer casual sessions then, just to keep our regular clients, you know, going. And they get a bit of a discount on those casual sessions. So we just offer it to them for $10, but everyone else is $15. And that's just to keep people going. But if we're going away, then we just, guys, challenge starts again on October, whatever it is, 7th. We'll see you then. So, and most people are happy with that. So
the other thing, I don't know what I don't know if you're doing it at all, but the other thing you can do over the school holidays or holiday periods is that's when you can run some of those like online challenge stuff as well. Like an extra. You know, you can sort of add that extra one of like, okay, guys, here are the 3 home workouts for this week. Here are, you know, like, so you can sort of keep people going that way. And it's sort of, 2 weeks is probably not long enough to do it. But when we were doing like some of the longer ones, like over summer, where you might get like a 4-week break, you can do like a 28-day online challenge or something like that, where you give them, you know, it's like X amount per week. So like, that's another option.
I did do that. I did that a couple of Christmases ago, actually, not the one that just went, the one before. I did like a mini Christmas blitz. And so just to keep them going over the holiday period, we did the online workouts, and I think we packaged that. I can't even remember how much it was now off the top of my head, but yeah, we just packaged that as a as an online challenge over Christmas. Yeah.
Then the second one was the life coach. Is that someone you knew, or is that someone you just teed up with, like via like reaching out?
Yeah, so I just reached out to her. I'd sort of seen her around the gym and that sort of stuff, and I knew who she was, but I didn't know her personally. But I just reached out to her and just said, what would you charge for this? And I'd said to her, if you want to come down and join boot camp, we can do a bit of a swap, and that's what we ended up doing. Yeah, so she's come down and done some sessions, and she just does that for me. Yeah.
Well, realistically for her as well, it's a chance to get in front of 100 people potentially as well. Like, there's probably not too many options for not too many opportunities for her to get. There might be, you never know, right? But to get in front of 100 people potentially, or 50 people in a room for 45 minutes or half an hour, whatever you do, where they may end up going, you know what, I might go and have a chat with this person afterwards. So that's some of these things can work almost in that way as well, especially when you're on that larger scale, where it does work almost for both parties.
Especially for businesses. I mean, we have people approach us now with their business and say, can we provide you with prizes so that you advertise for us? I think we have nearly 3,000 people on our business page, and they approach us and say, can we provide some prizes if you do some advertising for us, and that sort of stuff as well. It really works for businesses as well. Yeah,
because there's a lot of options there, like life coaches are great ones. Like getting in, the other one that was really interesting that I heard at one thing was like a money person. So someone who because when you think about people's stresses and what sort of their day-to-day stresses, it's usually work, like time management, work. It could be like life coach style stuff. It could be budgeting. It could be relationships. So even these people who might be a relationship person, who might be a budgeting person, these sort of things where if you get these people coming into your sessions to give once every, either once every challenge you put this on, or, you put a couple of them on over a challenge. It's also good opportunity for them, again, same sort of thing, to get to speak to people in a room, and they go like, oh, you know what, maybe I should go and see this person about my budgeting or my relationship or whatever it might be.
100%. We look, because ours are based around themes. One of ours was the Wellbeing Challenge, and I actually had a psychologist come down, to talk to people about managing stress and that type of thing. I've had physios come down as well, talk about stretches, and as part of our functional fitness challenge, So if you can tailor the experts that you get coming in towards your theme as well, it ties in really nicely.
Nice. So that just opened a new question then for me. So with the theme, do you have do you have like 8 of them that you sort of rotate through, or is it always something, just trying to come up with something new, or what's
you know what, Travis, it is honestly I think I've done maybe 18 challenges now or something like that, and I'm getting to the stage where I can't think of new ones.
So you've done 18 different ones already.
Different challenges.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
And I'm thinking now, if we, our New Year one is always some variation of New Year best year reset, but then our ones during the year, we try and make all of them different. But I'm getting to the stage now where I think I could probably start recycling them, because the people who are doing, I've only, we do have a lot of people who do sort of hang on. So I've got people who've been doing boot camp with me for 4 or 5 years.
But they did a functional challenge, like 8 months ago. They're not even, maybe even longer. Could have been 2 years ago. They did their functional challenge, and they're like, they wouldn't even, So
that's right. So I'm at the stage. I'm at the stage where I probably need to just start recycling some of them rather than, but I do pride myself on that new and exciting.
If you can keep it going, that's for sure. That's a really good way of doing it. But the advantage of the other one is, like, if you go like, okay, well, you've done 18. If you've got them all somewhere collated, where you go, okay, well, this one was super successful for this reason, and then you go, okay, well, let's try that again and see if it can create the same sort of buzz.
Well, you know what? We are doing something similar for our next one. It's called Find Your Fit Squad Challenge. And we did last year, we did a Fit and Fab Friendship Challenge. So it's going to be similar. So it'll be a team challenge, but we'll just put a new spin on it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the other thing is you can have those same like underlying themes and just change the titles, right?
That's right. Yeah. And just add some new bits and pieces just to spice it up. Yeah.
I like that. That's a cool approach. And then does everything else, like, is it just the challenges you run that sort of change then, or are you actually changing some of the sessions to go along with that stuff?
We change up our sessions as well. So for this one, which is the one that we're in at the moment, is Challenge Your Limits. I've actually divided it up. So we've got Challenge Your Limits and we've got Boot Camp 101. So the people who are in Challenge Your Limits, we're pushing them, not just physically, but also, you know, the stuff that we do from an emotional resilience, you know, mentally, they're, you know, social, all that sort of stuff. We're providing challenges for them. And then Boot Camp 101, they're doing, you know, it's a little bit more watered down for them.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Loretta, have you?
Oh, I'm madly taking notes.
Yeah, I know. I keep interrupting with questions, but the last question was going to be Michael. Like, you asked a question last time, and I was like, that was actually what I was going to ask. So I thought I'd get a chance in.
You're hitting it at the moment. Whew.
So far, so good.
Yeah, so far so good. So at the moment, your target market is mostly women, and how have you gone about attracting it? Has it been solely word of mouth? Have you done a lot of social media? Has it been offline, online? What's your mix in terms of promotion?
Yeah, okay. So if I can give you any advice, word of mouth is your biggest friend. And I said this in the podcast that I did whenever that was a few weeks ago with Jono. If you can get 5 people in your boot camp on your side and they rave about your boot camp, they're going to go and tell 5 people, that person's going to go and tell 5 people. And, you know, before you know it, you've got people coming to you. Can I please join your boot camp? That's your biggest asset, is your clients that you already have. Yep. So your job is to please them and make them love what's happening at your boot camp, I think. And not just at your boot camp, but on your Facebook page as well, you know, creating that sense of community. So that would be my biggest piece of advice, word of mouth. But I also do social. So I've got my Facebook page. And I use that for mainly, so advertising. I'll put pictures up of the girls doing workouts, you know, photos of them sitting together, like, all that sort of stuff. I'll put the odd quote up there. I do paid advertising on Facebook page, but then I also have Facebook community groups. So it's called Believe in Health and Fitness Community, and that's just for past clients, people who might want to join but aren't quite yet committed. And on there, I give them samples. So I'll say, hi guys, our challengers are doing, 3 home workouts this week. Here's a sample of it, you know, and I'll put up one for them to see what our challengers are doing. Or our challengers are doing a plank off this week, want to join along at home, you know. So I'll put that up on that community group. So they get a bit of a taste of what we're doing in challenges. So, and then we obviously have the private group for the members. I also use Instagram. So I don't think I'm great at Instagram, but I try. But word of mouth, we've been out to a local market even. And I put some of our, I just had some of our merchandise there. So I had, shirts, drink bottles, hats. I had a couple of my clients with me talking to people, and I just had a flyer to hand out there as well. That was pretty successful. Running competitions in your local area is another one that I've found really successful. So if you do a Facebook competition, you might give away a 5 or 10 session pass or something like that. And then, bring a friend is awesome. Get some about halfway through your challenge, or even towards the end of your challenge when you're starting to advertise the next one, get people to bring a friend along for free and do like some sort of team building or something fun with them. That's also really successful. Yeah.
Excellent. Good.
Yeah, really good answers there as well. Like it's, I think they're all like all of them almost revolving back around that community side of things, right? So predominantly now, are you still working then? Do you still throw out the Facebook ads for your next challenge, for example? Are you still going to do that,
so yeah, when I do put out a new challenge, I'll do a Facebook ad on it once, maybe, you know, because most of our members are coming back. You know, we get some new ones straggle in. I'll just put it out there just to see, you know, but I'm not going to spend a huge fortune on it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then did you rely on any of those techniques? Was it just the word of mouth was the big technique early on? Like, because I think the thing is when you get to like a certain level, obviously that stuff like snowballs, right?
Yeah, it does.
But when you're at like, 5 people, it can be a bit, like, was that still the strong strategy?
No, I think at the start I probably relied on Facebook more than I do now. So I would, I'd advertise a lot more on Facebook. I'd push it a lot more than I do now. But that word of mouth was still important back then, I think, you know.
Okay. And then when you do a Facebook stuff, is it the same sort of strategy, lead ad situation, give them a phone call?
Yes. Even I get them, so I've got a website, so I get them to subscribe to the website. So I've got everyone's email as well. So then I can go through and email out, you know, new challenge starting soon. So everyone on that email list gets it as well. Email lists are awesome, I reckon, honestly. Because you can also see, you can track all of that if you have some sort of, I guess, website as well. You can track all your data and that as well. Yeah,
if you use like MailChimp or ActiveCampaign or something like that. Yeah. Anything else on your end, Loretta?
No, I think you've hit every question that I had, so it's been excellent. Lots of notes taken.
Well, we've got about, I think we've got about 5 minutes left here. So so nothing else you wanted to cover there, Loretta? Any last
questions are all answered on my end. I think the variation in the challenges, the way you've started to promote, how you promote now as opposed to when you started, it's really ticked all my questions. So thank you.
I'm going to ask just on the session side of things.
Yeah.
So you're running basically 3 sessions a day from the sounds of it now?
Pretty much, yeah.
And are they, when you're doing that, I know you've got people working for you, which is really cool, like when you've got other staff there as well, because you've got that difference in like delivery.
Yes.
Are you doing like the same? Do you run the same session, like the 5:30, the 9, and the night session? Is that all? Or you just like everything's different all the time? Like,
no, it's kind of, so I've got a timetable. It's set up as a timetable. So, and that timetable is set for the challenge. So, for example, Monday morning, you know, we have MetaFit, then we have what we call Everybody Move, you know, and it's set out like that.
Yeah, okay.
So, what we do, for example, Monday morning, the Tuesday night crew would do. You know, it's set up so that it sort of staggers. So Monday morning, Monday morning and Monday night would never be the same because we've got people who want to come twice a day.
Oh, you do? Okay. Yeah, wow.
So I've got to try and stagger it so that they are getting something different. But it's not like, for example, if you go to the gym and you do Les Mills or something like that, it's not going to be the same thing for the next 3 weeks. You know, we vary the sessions from week to week. Yeah.
But you have got like a theme going across.
Yes, we've got a set structure. Yeah. And if you want to see the timetables or whatever, I can send them through. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I think that's important because like when you're doing that many sessions, like you've got to have that, like this is the, you know, like the MetaFit day. This is the
for sure we have
day.
That,
this is the, you know, whatever day. You know what I mean? Like boxing. Do you do boxing and stuff like that as well? Or
we do some boxing. So we have a timetable set out for the Challenger limits, and then a timetable set out for Boot Camp 101. And then the trainers all have their own little folder, and they have their sessions all planned out for the challenge there as well.
Oh, nice.
So we make sure we're very organised. We have to be. So
Yeah, running. Yeah, I mean, 19 sessions a week by 10 weeks. That's a lot of sessions that you're going through. So it's like even doing, when you do 6 sessions a week, if you're not organised like that, it can very easy to fall into like a habit of repeating the same thing over and over again.
That's right.
Or like even go, what did I do yesterday? I think if you get this stuff like somewhat systemized early on, it's much easier on your own mental health, like on your own mental well-being as a trainer, because you can sort of focus your energy where you need to focus your energies. Like
that's right, and you don't want it to ever be out of control. I think that's the biggest thing with it, is you need to always as well have it within your capability and control. So that's one thing that I was worried about at one stage, is it getting too big and me not being able to handle it. That was so I sort of had I had to get those systems in place to make sure that I felt like I was in control of what was happening.
Very cool. Love it.
Yeah,
awesome. Well, I think that's it. I think ticked everything off.
No worries.
Loretta. Perfect. Thank you very much for your time,
absolutely.
Hayley. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's greatly appreciate it.
It's really cool.
No problems at all.
This has been really cool, getting different people in every week like this and hearing, because everyone's got like little wrinkles that they've got, and different. But again, there's typically like an underlying theme, So it's been really good to hear from everyone, and another good one today. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. And just, let me know if you got any questions at all, Loretta. Just, I don't know if you want to post them on the page or whatever. I'm more than happy to answer any questions.
What's your Instagram?
It's just Believe in Health and Fitness. You'll find it on there.
Excellent.
Easy.
And the web page is there. It's just believeinhealthandfitness.com, and all the socials are on there as well. So,
Sounds great. All right. Well, thank you very much for your time, Hayley. Thank you again, Loretta.
Okay. Thanks, Hayley.
Guys.
I'll see you next time, guys. Cheers.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Thanks. Bye.